All right, good morning, class. Welcome back. I hope you had a great weekend and you are relaxed and ready for another week of hard work and testing to get us ready for third grade. Today, we are going to be starting a new I can statement. Everybody go, woohoo! Today, this is our I can statement. It says, I can draw conclusions using the details in a story. Now, you should have already watched a YouTube video about drawing conclusions before you're watching this one if you're doing things in the correct order. Drawing conclusions is taking what you've read in a text, so what you've read in a text or in a paragraph or in an article, taking what you already know and having your big old brain, remember that's called prior knowledge, and figuring out, coming up with a conclusion or coming up with an idea or an understanding. Let me say that all again because drawing conclusions is really hard. When you are drawing a conclusion, you're taking what you've learned from the text, what you already know about the topic, and then coming up with a conclusion. We're going to do some examples together, and then we're going to read a story together, talk through how we can draw conclusions and find the evidence in the text together, and then you're going to get to do some of it on your own. So I'm going to read these three facts up here at the top. And as I'm reading these three facts, I want you to think, what is the conclusion that I can draw from these three facts? What do I think is happening based on what I'm reading and what I already know? Ready? First fact, your mom takes your temperature. You must stay home in bed all day. You eat soup and take medicine. Ooh, right away I'm drawing conclusions. So this says your mom takes your temperature. Well, I know usually when my mom takes my temperature, it's because I'm not feeling good. Maybe I feel warm. Mom, take my temperature. I must stay in home in bed all day. Well, I think that I don't ever stay at home in bed all day unless it's a Saturday or unless I'm just not feeling good. And then the last one, you eat soup and take medicine. Well, I don't usually take medicine unless I'm feeling sick. Wait a second. All these things are about what happens when you feel sick. So my conclusion that I'm drawing from all these facts is that I, or the person this is talking about, is not feeling good. They're feeling sick. So the answer to this question, what is happening? I'm feeling sick. So we just drew a conclusion using what we read and what we know about what we read to figure out what's going on. Okay, let's try it again. Fact one, the crowd is cheering loudly. Players in helmets are running on the field. A man throws a brown ball. Ooh, again, I'm drawing conclusions. I'm also, as I'm reading these, I'm kind of visualizing what's happening, which is helping me to draw conclusions. The crowd is cheering loudly. Where are there crowds that cheer loudly? At concerts. Oh, at a football game I've been to and baseball games, they cheer loudly. Okay. Players in helmets are running on the field. Think about what I already know. Well, I know that players that wear helmets, some of the baseball players wear helmets, some football players wear helmets. Could be one of those. They're running on the field. A man throws a brown ball. I'm using my prior knowledge. What's a brown ball? Do you know what a brown ball is? A football. All of these three things are talking about going to a football game. What happens at a football game? So what is happening? I guess I'm at a football game. Or somebody, the writer of this, is at a football game. They drew a conclusion. We figured it out. Drawing conclusions is kind of like being a detective. You take clues from the text, think about the things you already know, and figure out what the answer is or what's happening in the text. Today we're going to read this story. I know it's kind of teeny tiny, but you're going to get a chance to reread it on your class kick after this. This story is called A New Record. This is a drama. So you may remember last year when we had the Christmas play or the Black History Month play. the plays that were written like a script, and this is a script. So each part has its own lines, and here you can see the names of each of the parts. So if we were in class, we could each be a different part. Somebody could be Ian, one person could be Omar, I could be Annie, and we can act it out, but instead we're just gonna read it. I'm gonna read it through once, and then we're gonna practice to drawing conclusions as we are reading. So I'm gonna read this part right here. This is just setting up the scene. So I want you to visualize what is happening in this drama as I'm reading it. One afternoon in the kitchen of Ian and Annie's home, Annie, Ian, and Omar are sitting at a table. Ian and Omar are enthusiastically reading a book together. Enthusiastically means excitedly. So together they're excitedly reading this book. Ian, Omar, look at this. This guy set a record for smashing concrete blocks with his hand. Omar, reading. 90 blocks in 1 minute? What did they do? Ian, they rowed that boat all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. Omar, they broke a speed record doing it. Annie, what's a record? Ian, that's when someone does something better or longer or faster than ever before. Look at this picture. Omar, that crowd broke a record for the world's largest snowball fight. That sounds like fun. I'm reading what's happening down here. Annie stands and exits through the kitchen door. Ian and Omar kept turning pages and commenting. 15 minutes later, Ian and Omar have put the book aside and are making snacks. Annie bursts through the door. Annie, I did it, Ian. I broke a record. Ian and Omar give each other puzzled looks. I did 3 cartwheels in a row without falling. Ian, Annie, that's cool, but I don't think 3 cartwheels can get someone in the record book. You'd probably have to do thousands of them. Annie, still excited. The most I could do before was 2 cartwheels, and now I did 3. I broke a record. Omar, shrugging. Well, she did break her own record. You're the champ. Annie stands tall and pumps her fist over her head. All right, Annie. So Annie, even though the boys were reading about really big records that people all over the world broke, Annie broke her own record of 2 cartwheels. So now we're going to practice making some inferences together, and we're going to practice it first on our class kick. Let's go to it. So this is the page where you found the video on. Here you can re-listen to the book if you need to, but I need you to go to slide number 3 when this is finished. This is what I'm working on now. So what we're going to practice is drawing conclusions. Remember, drawing conclusions means taking what you've read from the text and what you already know to come up with an idea. So on slide 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions to think about and draw conclusions for. We're going to do we're going to do number 1. So number 1's question says, why are Ian and Omar excited about the book they're reading? We want to know why. And we want to draw a conclusion about it. But before I can draw a conclusion about it, I want to look for clues that can help me figure out why. Let's go back to our text. So let's figure out, why are they so excited? So they're at the kitchen table and they're reading a book together. But why are they so excited? Ian talks about smashing concrete with his hand. They do something better, faster than anyone before. Why are they so excited? I think that they are so excited about the book they're reading because they're enjoying the book. It's a book they want to read. It's not like a history book. It's a book that they're wanting to read. So that's my conclusion. Let me go out. So why are Ian and Omar excited about their book they're reading? My conclusion is it's a book they want to read. They like it. But how do I know? That's my conclusion. It's a book they like. But how do I know that it's a book they like? Let's go back to our text and find clues. Well, right off the bat, it says they're enthusiastically reading. Remember, enthusiastically means excited about it. I know it's a book they like to read because they're getting excited about it. They're enthusiastic about it. So let me go back to our chart for drawing conclusions in our class kick. So how do I know that it's a book they like to read? My clues are they are excited about it. They keep reading. When I'm reading a book that I like, I don't stop. I keep going. I point out cool things that I'm seeing in that book to the people around me because I'm so thrilled about the book. That's bringing my prior knowledge to answer that question. So, what I want you to do, you're going to read these 3 questions or listen to them, and I want you to think, what conclusion can I draw? How can I answer this question? And not only do I want you to draw a conclusion, but I want you to tell me how you think, why you think that that's the conclusion. So the next question says, why does Annie leave the kitchen at the end of scene 1? Well, let's look back. That's right, at the end of scene 1, she leaves, but we know when she comes back, she says she's broken a record. So my conclusion, why did she leave? She wanted to go get to work on her record. How do I know that? When she came back, her record was broken. Drawing conclusions using what you already know in the information from the text to do your best. Once you finish answering those 3 questions and telling me your clues, you're going to do an exit ticket. I want you to tell me about a goal that you want to achieve. How will you do it? You're going to write 3 to 4 sentences or write it on paper and take a picture for me. All right, see you tomorrow.